Hello, and welcome to this video GEO best practices presentation. My name is Myriam Gessier, and I'm an AI search strategist. I specialize in multimodal AI search, meaning that I help Fortune 500 companies, nonprofits, smaller brands, and many companies across the board to optimize their videos, their podcasts, and their images, because search is not limited to text. AI models can see, read, and listen to you. So you need to understand the main objective here is to make videos that hand the AI a clean, quotable answer. So let's reframe video production. You are not trying to get machines to watch your videos the way a human would. You're providing a visual evidence that AI needs to answer your customers and future customers. Some questions are inherently hard to answer with text alone. An example of that are spatial questions. And when it comes to visual evidence, spatial queries can sound something like this. Does this fit into that? This means that product pages will list dimensions, but visual proof is more effective for AI and users alike. This is something we have in common. Mechanism proof. So, if you have a feature, if you have a specific element that is hard to convey via specs because it is just that cool that you just have to see it. 3 seconds of footage will do a lot more than an entire instruction manual. And size comparisons are another one, showing two sizes side by side on a wrist, for example, if it's a bracelet or a watch, will show the proof that models need to answer size related queries. And if you're listening to this and thinking, this doesn't apply to me because I'm in B2B, please hang on because we have seen that videos are used for B2B and B2C alike. Visual evidence really matters. A product page can list 23 centimeters by 15 centimeters all day, but nobody will translate that into, oh, will my iPhone fit? Oh, it did say 23 centimeters. This is not how we function. And LLMs are reflecting this because you can see here when it comes to AI search, we see okay, does this specific bag fit a specific phone? Here, Google will say content creators on YouTube and will point to a TikTok video as well in terms of sources. So please understand that video really impacts GEO efforts, B2B and B2C. Concrete example from Peak AI. In the last 30 days, 90 plus distinct YouTube and TikTok URLs got retrieved or cited across a niche SaaS. So it is a very specific industry in a very specific country. And yet, here we are seeing the same thing that we see for very international, global Fortune 500 companies that sell on e-commerce platforms. So why does video work so well? Well, a sentence like 50% off looks identical to a machine, whether it's written by an expert or generated by an LLM in seconds. A 5-minute video at 60 frames per minute, by contrast, that's delivering 18,000 frames of visual evidence along with a nuanced audio track and a text transcript. That's a heavy weight here. Video is effectively a massive surface area that AI can cross reference to verify that things are real. Without video, when your brand has sparse data in the training set, things may get a bit strange. The LLM will rely on Reddit conversations. It may choose to interpolate information from similar brands, meaning that if brand A fits an iPhone and brand B fits an iPhone because their bags are often compared to the bag I was asking about, the LLM may say yes, confidently, this iPhone should fit, when it's not always the case. Or worse, it may rely on industry averages, and we are anything but average. So here's a pragmatic take on this. Here's how you can shoot for a citation, pun intended. Let's go back to our query regarding can my iPhone fit this very specific bag? So, number one, please, number one, say the phone model out loud. Be very specific. We don't mean just iPhone. Say, this is an iPhone 15 Pro. Show it and name it at the same time. Next, number two, when you're going to be recording this, hold the payoff shot. So, showing that it fits with the zipper closed, aka really does fit, you need to show it for 3 seconds. One, two, three. The reason why is that some models may not capture the product and the visual answer if you go too fast. Number three, add an on screen caption. iPhone 15 Pro fits in le cœur. So this enables the OCR to catch the information even if the model misses the audio. Now, OCR stands for optical character recognition, meaning that the machine can read. That's the technology used to read things on screen, like a logo, for example, or an on screen caption. But did you catch what I did there? I said iPhone 15 Pro fits in le cœur. You can hear it. I spoke a different language. I spoke French. So the machine may struggle to understand my enunciation and connect what this could be because while I pronounce it in the language that it is meant to be pronounced in, this is not how Anglophones would pronounce this product. Meaning that if I have the caption on screen, it will help the model connect the dots if the enunciation is not parsed properly by the machine. And you need to keep it modular. That's advice number four. Number four is one clean answer per video will beat a lot of things. A single self contained answer is easier to cite for a model. And we know this because even in longer form videos on YouTube, the data shows that very often certain models will skip straight to the timestamp and get the answer they want. So if you want to do a longer form video, like I'm doing right now, make sure that the chapters, the sections are very clear. And if you are answering common customer questions, they need to be self contained within the video. The answer should not be dispersed at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. You need to answer it in a specific portion of your video. And this leads me to explaining how AI actually watches videos because it is not watching it in a linear fashion the way humans would. AI uses discrete tokenization to convert pixels and sound waves into a unified mathematical vocabulary. Basically, it breaks it down into an AI soup. And this is along three different streams. So, three streams, one video. How does this work? What are the three streams that you can find in one video and what do they do? Well, number one is visual, and this relies on two technologies object detection, knowing which object is in here. So, for example, I am considered an object, my microphone is an object, my blouse is an object. OCR is optical character recognition, as I said, to read what is written on the screen. And these two combined help identify products, recognize faces, read on screen text. Now we move on to the second stream. So the second stream is audio. ASR, the speech to text technology, plus the tone, cadence, and sentiment analysis do a lot of work here. So if I was reading this text going, well, audio, ASR, tone, cadence, sentiment analysis, it would sound, because it does, like I am dubious, like I am maybe making fun of this, that I do not take it seriously. So you need to understand that audio influences heavily the way a video will be contextualized and understood. If you speak like an expert because you said you were and you indeed are, your cadence, your tone, your sentiment, they're going to be very different. And the third stream, text. Structured metadata, human verified transcripts really do a lot of good. Schema markup is pertinent, but it is not a direct line to optimizing for GEO. It just really helps contextualize things for traditional search engines, and LLMs do rely on them. So please keep in mind that if you want to do schema markup, which I highly recommend because it helps you specify a lot of things, do not assume that you're doing the work specifically to improve AI citations directly. So now that I have explained all of this, what is the golden rule for you? The golden rule is the visual, what's on the screen, and the audio, what is spoken, and the text overlay, or different little logos or things that can be read. They should say the same thing at the same time. Now that we have gotten the golden rule out of the way, what are the best practices for each stream? Let's get into it. The visual stream best practices are pretty straightforward. If a product is appearing half a second, which is very common in TikTok style fast cut videos, it is statistically likely to be missed. And that's why I said minimum 3 seconds. So keep the 3 second rule in mind. Keep critical visual information, text overlays, product shots, etc., static on the screen for at least 3 seconds. This is insurance against motion blur. So not everything needs to stay static for 3 seconds. Just the critical visual information you're trying to pass. If you are answering a question about a specific product, make sure the product is visible 3 seconds at the very least. And rotate physical products slowly in front of the camera to help the model build a spatial representation from 2D frames that it looks at. This means that it gets more confidence in, this is the thing I quote unquote saw. Text stream best practices. So when it comes to text, you need to write in what we call semantic triples. Subject does thing to object. This works a lot better than talking about how you optimize workflows to synergize better for marketing teams. For example, whenever you have marketing lingo, it needs to be very factual or it may get ignored. Captions are another big one. Bold, sans serif, maximum contrast are recommended because models really struggle to read moving or low contrast text on screen. And plan your script around key moments to naturally separate each section of the video. Meaning that now I'm taking a dramatic pause and move on. Audio stream best practices are next up. You need to enunciate very clearly key brand entities. Make a slight pause between them before and after saying them. So, for example, if I say that my name is Myriam Gessier, chances are that the machine is going to identify this better. Audio bolding is another technique. Use your voice as a highlighter. The cadence of speech helps the model group words into logical sentences. This means that it can pinpoint when the thought begins, ends, and the next one starts. Audio ducking is another element to pay attention to. So, if you're going to be using a viral music clip or a musical background, make sure that the voiceover transcribes accurately, please. You need to find the right balance and you need to name the things on screen. So, beyond enunciating, you will not say it does this or the feature is. If you show a titanium basil, say that it's a titanium basil at the same time as you show it on the screen. And that's about it. We managed to get this done in under 15 minutes. I hope that this was useful to you. Everything that I have stated here is backed up by documentation. Thank you very much. And you can find me online. Just look for Myriam Gessier. Thank you.